Yes, you can be arrested in Asheville, in Buncombe County, in western North Carolina, even if you are not impaired, even if you're within the law. You can be arrested and charged with DWI. I'm glad I decided to hire a lawyer, and I'm glad I decided to hire James. My name is Pearlman.
I'm Jonathan Pearlman.
Yes. Jonathan and I have run a video production company for about 28 years. We've been in Asheville since 1983. Back in July of 2014, I was charged with a DUI here in downtown Asheville. Never in my wildest dreams did I think for 1 second I was going to end up being arrested. It was just weird. I was in disbelief. I was kind of devastated. I was like, really? How could this be? When I got out of that car, I was confident that this is going to take about 5 or 10 minutes. She's going to see that I'm fine and she's going to let me go. As far as I could tell, I walked a perfectly straight line without having to balance. Then I had to stand on one foot, the whole thing. I think the part that when it really got strange was when she had me blowing the breathalyzer. I do not condone drunk driving. I do not condone driving while impaired. But I think if we have a law that says it's not illegal to drink and drive as long as you're not impaired, then the officers should as well abide by that law. Otherwise, change the law and make it zero tolerance. Now, even at that point, I thought, let me go. I've walked, I've held my foot up with a hurt hip for 30 seconds or however long. I was very respectful to the officer.
At one point in it, she's in the video, she's saying, you know, I really appreciate that, admire you for the job that you're doing. You're obviously very good at your job, and I respect what you're doing, but
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I need
to go home. Monday morning, I was on the internet knowing I needed a lawyer. So I'm on the internet and Googling, you know, DUI lawyers Asheville. And either Google or God gave me James Minick as one of the 4. I went to 4 different lawyers, and I took them my document that I had written, my account of what had happened on Saturday night. Of the 4, 3 of them said, well, I'll take your case, but you probably won't win. James Minick took my document that I had written, and he sat there and he read it. And he said, you can win this. He said, you got about a 80% chance to win this. He's the only one that made me feel like I was important. He was the only one that made me feel like I was doing the right thing.
He didn't mind us contributing. He totally welcomed our contributions, and I found that to be really refreshing. Rather than taking, you know, it's easy for someone whose profession is legal to think, well, what do you know about anything? But he gave credence to our suggestions and things that we observed, and he used them. Even in the summary, the prosecuting attorney was saying, and she was slurring her speech, and the whole jury's looking at her like, no, she wasn't. We heard the thing 3 times. Yeah. There's no slurring.
I felt like the officer was trying to connect dots that weren't there, trying to tag on issues that were not there. Driving too slow, parched mouth, parched lips, slurred speech. The more I thought about it, the more frustrated I became about it, because I was falsely accused.
Rather than being presumed innocent until proven guilty, it's like you're guilty until proven innocent. It's backwards. James
Minick, the same reason why I hired him to begin with, was he said, we can win this. He said, this is wrong and you should appeal it. And he said, I will work with you financially on it. He said, this is something we should not let go. The jury was able to see the evidence, and they were able to see that I was innocent, and they chose not guilty. James had the biggest grin on his face, and I turned to him and I didn't hug him then, but I wanted to. I just couldn't believe it. If you're being responsible with your consumption and your behavior, why are we being harassed? James Minick winning this case for me helps the entire community. And I would recommend anyone to go see James Minick. He's certified in the same things the officers are certified in. So he knows DWI law. And I would recommend anyone go see James. He's a man. He's a guy.
Yes, he is.
He's a great guy. Unless our law enforcement officers can somehow be properly trained to deal with the new title that we have in this fine city of Beer City, USA, this is what's driving this economy. Our heart is beating because we have good restaurants, we have breweries, we have fun, we have music. This is a vital part of our economy, that we have all this going on, and they can't suppress this. I'm going to think twice now about having a drink with dinner at one of our fine restaurants. And who knows, one day maybe they'll just board up downtown like it used to be. Because when I moved here, downtown was boarded up in 1985. And now it's wide open, it's vibrant. And if they don't stop what they're doing, we might as well just get the plyboard out and just board it back up.